Well, hi guys, I'm back. I'm going to keep it, this is going to be a nice little short one. So this is going to be on building real confidence, like from the inside, and not just confidence that is around when you're doing something you're comfortable with, or, you know, this is more on a deeper level. No matter what's going on, you can still feel confident in yourself. So here's what happens. As people, we're always looking around us. We're checking out our surroundings, and we're always asking ourselves, where do I fit in? Like, am I at the top, the bottom, or the middle? This is happening like unconsciously. We're not like walking in a room and trying to label numbers. Based on where you think you fit, you get a certain amount of inner power. But here's the problem. Most people are controlled by this. They go up and down like a roller coaster, depending on who they're around. For example, at work with your friends, you might be funny and loud, but then you go somewhere with strangers and suddenly that funny, loud person disappears. You lose that power. In this video, you're going to learn how to stop being controlled by where you are. You'll learn how to feel strong and confident no matter what. So this isn't just quick tips, we're going deep. By the end, you'll know more about self-esteem than most people, because you don't really want a quick boost that disappears tomorrow. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. So first, where does low self-esteem come from? Well, the truth is we all have some low self-esteem. Some people have less, some have more, but it comes from how we were raised and what we learned from others. We learn in two ways. Firsthand, touching a hot stove and getting burned, and then secondhand, watching and listening to others, believing them to some degree. Most of what we believe comes secondhand, from parents, teachers, friends, society. We filter that information through three things. One, is the source sure? Two, do their words and actions match? And three, do they have authority, or do lots of people agree? So if all three are strong, then we believe it, even if it's not true. For example, have you ever tried eating your own poop? Probably not. But you believe it's bad because everyone says so. The same thing happens with the belief, I'm not good enough. We just take it in as true. Whether it was explicitly said to us, or we gathered that through our own / things happening, and we just inferred it, you know. Also, as kids, we learn rules through punishment and reward. If you're quiet at dinner, you get a reward. If you're too loud, you get punished. But as a child, you might misunderstand. You might think, they don't love me, when they're just trying to teach you. And if they don't love you, you think you might get abandoned and die. So your survival instinct kicks in. You, to a kid, on a gut level, if it doesn't, you're not thinking like, oh, I'm going to die, I'm going to lose my primary caregiver. It's just ingrained in us. So it just feels like this overwhelming, like bigger than you problem or sensation of doom, you know? Which is how the kid receives it. So your survival instinct kicks in. You push away the part of you that's loud. You hide it. We all do this. We don't want to admit it, but we fake to a certain degree around people, and it's based off of the patterns that were pushed onto us, whether inferred by us based on things or whether explicitly said, you know. We all do this. We split ourselves into an acceptable part and an unacceptable part. And from then on, you think you're only good enough when you show the acceptable part. So here's the key. Raising your self-esteem is an inside job. You might think, oh, if I just get more success, I'll feel better. But that doesn't really work. Because if you base it on success, you'll be scared to lose it. Also, you'll reach that peak that you're gunning for and realize that it's still not there, you know? As they say, the goalpost keeps moving. Plus, your brain filters everything to match how you already feel inside. They call it confirmation bias, but you're looking for things that confirm what you feel, that match your worldview, you know. Worldview meaning like including you, not just global events, including how you view yourself. For example, 3 people get a compliment. Oh, nice shirt. Well, one with low self-esteem might think it's an insult, like it's sarcastic. One with medium self-esteem says, oh, it's nothing. And one with high self-esteem just says, thanks. Same compliment, totally different reactions. Well, your brain has a filter called the RAS. It only shows you what matches your feelings. So you'll only notice what things align with it, you know? If I have low self-esteem, I'm going to look for people's reactions that are indifferent or lower, you know? And if somebody, even if somebody's excited to see me, well, now that just means I need to try harder, or I need to keep it up, you know, the acceptable part of me. So you just kind of run it through whatever version you have. If you have high self-esteem, you're going to, when people are indifferent, then you're just going to think, okay, they have something else going on, you know? So yeah, you kind of just funnel everything down through whatever tunnel vision you have going on based on your path. So if you feel afraid, you see threats. Everybody, they'll look shifty to you. That's how I. If you feel angry, you see annoying things, and they're much louder in color, you know? If you have low self-esteem, you won't even see the good stuff. That's why changing the outside doesn't work. You have to change the inside first. So there's 3 ways people try to raise self-esteem. The first one being toxic, bringing others down to your level. Don't do that. The second is trying to build yourself up by having more money or approval or by doing more work. But that never ends. You always feel like you're not enough yet. The third way is the real answer. Realize you were already good enough from the start. You just believed lies that said you weren't, even if you corroborated those lies. And in fact, that's what we did to make them concrete, to solidify them. When you let go of those old beliefs, your filter changes. You start to see the world differently. You feel confident for no reason, just because it's your natural default. So yeah, that's the foundation. That's the kind of the intro version of this video. So I hope you can appreciate it. And yeah, please hit the like button and shoot me some comments, because I'm constantly running this through my own filters, and I don't know, it's just so interesting to me. So I'm curious how it hits y'all. Peace. Thank you.